I was eating a $2 gas station sandwich in my work truck when my phone buzzed. "Try to look decent tonight," my mom wrote. "Your brother's promotion dinner isn't the place for your dirty work clothes." I stared at the message, then at the contract sitting on the passenger seat beside me. The contract that proved I now owned the building her favorite son worked in. They still thought I was the family failure. They had no idea who I had become. Dust covered the dashboard. My boots were still coated in dried cement from the site I'd just left. If anyone looked at me right then, they'd see exactly what my family saw: the son who never made it. Caleb, my older brother, was the opposite. Corporate job, polished shoes, company car. My parents talked about him like he was a walking achievement award. Me? I was the example they used when warning kids about wasted potential. I folded the sandwich wrapper, tossed it aside, and picked up the folder on the seat. Inside were the final purchase papers for Westbrook Commercial Plaza. The same plaza Caleb's company had just signed a long-term lease in. 6 years ago, I dropped out of college, not because I partied too much, not because I was lazy, because I was drowning in debt and saw an opportunity no one else wanted. A small construction contractor I worked for was retiring. His business was barely alive. I bought his old equipment with a risky loan and took over his worst contracts. For 2 years, I worked like a machine. No vacations, no weekends. I wore the same boots until the soles split. While my family thought I was stuck doing labor, I was learning permits, zoning laws, contracts, and property values. By year 3, I wasn't just fixing buildings, I was buying the ones no one else believed in. The restaurant Caleb picked was the kind of place where the lights are low and the menus don't show prices. I walked in wearing dark jeans and a clean flannel. Still not good enough. My mom forced a tight smile. "Oh, good, you changed at least." Caleb smirked. "Came straight from the construction site?" "Yeah," I said calmly. "Busy day." He laughed. "One day you'll realize there are easier ways to make money than breaking your back." I just nodded and took my seat. Dinner turned into a Caleb appreciation ceremony. His boss talked about leadership potential. My dad bragged about Caleb's corporate future. My mom told the table how proud she was that one of her sons really made something of himself. I focused on my water glass and stayed quiet. Halfway through dinner, Caleb leaned over. "Actually, we might need some cheap renovation work at one of our branch offices. I could put in a word for you. Help you out." There it was, public charity. I wiped my mouth with my napkin and said, "I appreciate it," I said evenly, "but you actually can't afford my services." The table laughed. "Good one," he said. "I make more in a month than you do all year." I met his eyes. "If you say so." My phone buzzed on the table. I glanced down. My lawyer. I answered. "Hey." "It's done," she said. "The ownership transfer just recorded. Westbrook Plaza is officially yours." I smiled slightly. "Perfect, thank you." I hung up. Caleb grinned. "Big business call?" "Yeah," I said. Then I looked at him. "Isn't your company moving into Westbrook Plaza next month?" He frowned. "Yeah, why?" "Because I just bought it." Silence. My mom gave a nervous laugh. "Sweetheart, don't joke like that." I pulled up the property record and slid my phone across the table. The ownership showed my holding company's name. Caleb stared. "This isn't you." "It is," I said. "That company owns multiple commercial properties, including the building your company signed a 10-year lease on." My dad's voice dropped. "How would you even afford something like that?" "I didn't 5 years ago." Caleb straightened in his chair. "Even if this is true, it doesn't matter. I work for the company, not the landlord." I tilted my head. "Your company's been under financial pressure, hasn't it?" His jaw tightened. "When I bought the plaza, I also bought a portion of your company's outstanding debt from their lender." My mom looked confused. What does that mean? It means, I said calmly, if they fail certain financial targets, I gain influence over major operational decisions tied to their properties. Caleb stood up. You're bluffing. Call your finance department. Ask who bought the secondary note last quarter. He walked away, phone already dialing. My grandmother, who had been quiet the whole night, looked at me with soft eyes. I always believed you were building something, she said gently. I smiled. Thank you. Across the restaurant, Caleb's face drained of color as he listened to the call. When he came back, he didn't sit right away. He just looked at me. It was you. I nodded once. Then his fiancée spoke, voice shaking. There's something else. Everyone looked at her. He hasn't been honest, she said. He was demoted 3 months ago. He's been using credit cards to keep up appearances. My mom gasped. My dad stared at Caleb like he didn't recognize him. I was going to fix it, Caleb snapped. I closed my eyes for a moment. This wasn't revenge. It was reality catching up. I stood slowly. I didn't come here to humiliate anyone, I said. I came because you're still my family. I looked at my parents. I wasn't the failure. I was just the one you didn't understand. No one spoke. I built my life quietly, he said, while you were busy comparing. Months later, I stood in an office overlooking Westbrook Plaza. One of the empty units was being turned into a low-rent space for small local businesses trying to get started. My phone buzzed. A message from my mom. We're proud of you. We should have seen it sooner. I looked out at the workers below, carrying tools the same way I once did. They thought I was behind in life. I was just building it where they couldn't see.